The transition from YouTubers to filmmakers is no longer a trend, it's now the norm. The era of Fred the Movie or Smosh the Movie is long gone. Today, we have films like Talk to Me and Shelby Oaks. The creators behind these films have completely reinvented their online brands. What they produce now is vastly different from the content they started with. This is exactly what makes Mark Fishback, better known as Markiplier, so interesting. For over a decade, he has been making gaming and comedy videos on YouTube, and his fan base has remained consistently loyal. He has branched out into other types of content, but nothing on the scale of Iron Lung. Iron Lung has an interesting background. It is based on an indie horror game created by David Szymanski and has a devoted fan base. However, it's not an indie title that broke into the mainstream like Five Nights at Freddy's or Minecraft. Instead, it has a generally smaller but very dedicated following. Fishback, of course, played the game on his channel, and in 2023 he announced that he would personally finance, write, direct, and star in the film adaptation. For a while, the project went quiet, until last month when Fishback revealed that the film would be self-distributed and released with a limited theatrical run. Those plans quickly changed, however, as fan demand proved so high that the film ultimately received a wide theatrical release.
What is Iron Lung about?
Much like the video game, Iron Lung is set in a post-apocalyptic future where stars and habitable planets have suddenly vanished. This event is known as the Quiet Rapture. Simon, a prisoner seeking redemption, is sent on an expedition to a moon covered by an ocean of blood. Most of the film takes place inside a small submarine, nicknamed the Iron Lung, with only a few flashback scenes breaking up the claustrophobic setting. As Simon continues his mission to uncover alien fossils, we learn more about his painful past, including his involvement in a tragic incident at Filament Station. The film delivers several major surprises, and revealing any more would risk spoiling what makes it so effective.
Iron Lung is a slow-burning film.
Iron Lung runs for 2 hours and 7 minutes, and you feel every one of them. Fishback clearly isn't interested in making a fun or commercial horror movie. The depth of the story is genuinely intriguing, introducing a range of ideas and mythologies that make the film more compelling. Still, that ambition doesn't prevent the movie from becoming tedious at times. Given the financial limitations of a low-budget production, it makes sense for Iron Lung to take place largely in a single location. However, the film simply doesn't need to be this long. Many extended scenes could have been easily trimmed. For instance, Simon fiddling with the submarine's light or yelling into the intercom. The same impact could have been achieved in a 90 or 100-minute runtime, rather than a 127-minute epic. Although Fishback also serves as the film's editor and has experience directing digital interactive short films, he is still learning the nuances of feature-length filmmaking. As a director, he shows considerable potential. For a first attempt at a big-screen project, choosing to create something this strange and unconventional is genuinely admirable. He has a massive fan base, and some of those fans may not end up loving the film. Fishback makes a number of strong cinematic choices, particularly in how he builds a sense of dread that lingers throughout. Many viewers are used to watching him scream and jump while playing video games, but Iron Lung largely avoids that approach. There are moments when you expect a jump scare, only for the film to hold back. Instead, it generates fear through stark black and white camera footage that reveals bloody creatures lurking in the depths.
Iron Lung feels more like an experiment than a traditional film.
Fishback does an effective job of establishing a sense of horror, but the film might have benefited from casting someone else in the lead role. His acting isn't bad, yet watching him on screen almost continuously for 2 hours exposes its limitations. He steps away from his familiar YouTube persona and takes on a quieter, more restrained role, but the character never fully feels like a real person. It's clear that Fishback designs Simon as more of a viewer surrogate than a fully realized character, which in turn makes the film's sluggish pacing even more noticeable. Iron Lung feels less like a conventional big-screen movie and more like an experience. That isn't necessarily a flaw, as the film mirrors the structure and sensibility of the video game it's based on. Attempts to give Simon a deeper backstory don't land with much emotional weight, but when he finally understands his true fate, you genuinely feel his fear. Considering all the production challenges the film faced, its effectiveness is almost miraculous. If Fishback plans to continue making films, it will be interesting to see what he does next.
Iron Lung is far from a perfect film, and its pacing ultimately creates a sense of exhaustion rather than building toward a tense or shocking payoff. By the time the credits roll, you may be ready to leave. Still, there's undeniable craftsmanship here. Fishbach proves with his directorial debut that he's more than just a YouTuber, successfully evoking the same kinds of fears found in horror games. Iron Lung is now playing in theaters.